sound working now? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It definitely is. Cool. It helps when you plug it in. It's like we won the die roll. So yeah, welcome everyone. Today we're playing some Liberty Prime. Jeff has sent me a deck list that he wanted me to play. Oh, there's an echo. Is there still an echo, or did that go away? Shouldn't be an echo. Let's see here. What we got? What is this thing? I don't know what that does. Not a land. Looks like one land mulligan. Looks like a mulligan. Echo's gone now. Cool. Cool. Looks like playable with lands. Scrap Mastery is kind of a late game thing. Draw two, discard a card. That I like. That can kind of smooth things out. I think we keep this. And Teferi's Protection, usually game winning. So that's a nice one to have in the back pocket. Let's see what we're facing off against. So, as I mentioned, we are playing Liberty Prime Recharged. We'll take a read of it together. 5 mana for an 8/8 Vigilance, Trample, Haste. Love those keywords. Whenever it attacks or blocks, sacrifice it unless you pay 2 energy, and then you can pay 2, tap it, sacrifice an artifact, you get 2 energy, and draw a card. Seems very interesting. Jeff said that largely you'll be getting there with commander damage, but there is a combo in the deck. We'll see if I'm able to execute it properly if it shows up, because God knows if that'll happen. All right, let's check these lands here. That one comes in tapped. That's a basic. That one comes in tapped unless you control planes or not. Okay, let's go with this one first. And we'll pass like that. Oh. Yeah, it helps if you close one of the tabs. Yeah, T-Pro is usually a keeper unless things are really bad. Oh, not the Worms deck. Oh, we lose to the Worms deck every time I play it. Stupid Worms. Looks like we have one rando in the game, and that is this person over here, and they are playing Braids Arisen Nightmare. That's one that can get kind of nasty. Hopefully someone else has something for that. And over here, we've got Illegal Xeno piloting Ash Party Crasher. So if you recall that Worst Boros Commanders video I did a while ago, Ash almost made that list. It was like just barely good enough to get off the list. It's probably still like D tier. Maybe C. A very generous C. But Xeno's been, I had played it a little bit. We had changed the list from what we had talked about initially, and Xeno's been testing that with kind of more of just like a Voltron setup, I think was the last thing he was doing. I need to move the camera here a little bit. And brings it back to our turn. Let's see. Yeah, so he'd been testing with more of a Voltron thing, and he said that was playing much better. And like, as a 2/2 with haste, you put some equipment on it, it's actually not terrible. Particularly like if it goes down, you need to recast it later in the game, and you're just trying to get those like big hits in. It's pretty helpful for that. Nothing to do with our mana here, so just drop in the Arcane Signet, and we'll pass like that. At least it's not the other braids. I know it's banned, but that one's disgusting. So yeah, I'm curious to see how this thing plays. 8/8 Vigilance Trample Haste is pretty cool for only 5 mana, but the energy thing can certainly get weird, and gonna need some things that make tokens. Let's take a read of this guy. Simulacrum Synthesizer. 3 mana. When it enters Scry 2, whenever another artifact you control with mana value 3 or greater enters, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token with +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Oh, that seems pretty good to me. That seems like a nice little card. Sakura Tribe Elder for D-Manny. Ash is a good card in the 99. Yeah, I suppose it depends on what you're playing. If the haste is important to you for some reason, I don't know, if you're playing like, let's just say you're trying to go like really aggressive Adriana, which is a deck that I've been working on very, very, very slowly. I need to get back to that one. I'm trying to build like a very red deck wins style Adriana, where your deck is like mostly 1 and 2 drops, and I think it's possible. Will it be good? Who knows? But I think it's possible to have some success with it. You can steal a game here or there. Because, like, I don't know, most commander decks nowadays just kind of end up as like they're all mid-range decks, right? Like they're some degree of mid-range. Because, like most of the good stuff is, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, right? Like, you have a bunch of stuff at 4 and 5, and then, you usually have a couple things at 6 and 7. So they just kind of all play like mid range for the most part, other than like maybe a devoted combo deck. But yeah, I've been thinking about like how to build actual red deck wins with a Boros deck and Commander. Wake the Past is another cool late game card. So we have all the artifact recursion, which is nice, but not a whole lot to do with it in this moment. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card at random unless you pay 2 energy. We don't have any energy at the moment. How do I feel about discarding things at random? Not amazing. Not amazing, but unless you pay 2 energy, how long is it going to be before we get 2 energy? This scries too. Let's just play this thing. I think I'm overthinking it. I'm trying to like get the things that matter here. We have a lot of late game stuff happening, and I'd like to get to some stuff that makes sense for us to be casting right now. What do we got here? We got Myriad Landscape is more ramp, which is okay. What's this thing? Suppression Ray is another land. Tap all creatures target player controls. You may pay any amount of energy. If you do, you may put that many creatures tap this way. Put a stun counter. Honestly, no. I think we can part with both. If we caught the landscape like last turn, I'd probably go for it. But at this point, let's just get the Glacial Fortress, and we'll pass like that. I guess next turn we're on pace to just cast our commander. That's always cool. Mana value 3 or greater, so this will make a construct when it comes in. It is in fact an artifact. Late to the party. Yeah, we only started a few minutes ago. Sad Robot Maker is broken? What? I have not run into that yet. I haven't actually played MTGO in a little bit here. I had a massive update that took me forever to install. This stream would have probably been 20 minutes ago if the install went quicker. Opponent's going to crack their own Myriad Landscape. Shanid Sleeper Scourge Human Legendary Tribal? What? That sounds ridiculous. Okay, so I have a question of the day for you guys, and I should probably put this in the stream title. Question of the day is, what tips do you have for new Commander players? Because I'm working on a video for this, and, I have my own list of things, but I want to see if there's, any really big ones that I'm kind of missing, or, cool ones that I haven't thought about. So, tips for new Commander players. What do you guys have? Baru coming in. Tip 13 to 15 pieces of ramp, no less. Yeah, that one's in there for sure. The for me, it's roughly about about 15 pieces of ramp, maybe some land tax type of cards in that mix. But yeah, that's a really good place to be starting. Got that one covered. Bantu's Monument. Oh yeah, this won't get you killed at all. What we got? Ooh, one with the machine. That's in the Captain America deck list thing that I did the other day. I think it could be pretty good here too. Highest mana value among artifacts you control. So I think we cast our commander, then we just cast that next turn, and that seems like a pretty good plan to me. Yeah, let's play the mountain. Cast our commander. Unfortunately, no energy. So we can't attack. We kind of lose the haste a little bit, but I guess like if we had more mana, you could use that haste to make the energy right away. But I guess it's still kind of a little weird. Ooh, making constructs, man, seems good. I don't even want to sacrifice this thing. Like I know this makes free tokens, but like things spitting out 5/5s. Jeez. This seems really good in an artifact deck, like absurdly good. Ooh, Thran Dynamo. Xeno's got all the ramp going. They hit a landscape, now the Dynamo. Got a Hall of Heliod's Generosity, so they'll have mana to make big plays. There's a Chromatic Lantern. Even more ramp. All the color fixing. I told you it was broken? Yeah, I believe it. Oh, when you said broken, I thought you meant like, not working properly. I didn't put that together like broken as in like, oh, this is gonna dominate the game if no one does anything about it. Yep. Yep. Let's see. Try not to play the power gamers way out of the gate. Real good to get burnt out and not have as much fun with the game. Yeah, yeah. That all makes sense. Ash going on the attack into the Braids player. Love that. It does get a counter. That ability's weird. So we'll take a read of it in case you guys aren't familiar. Ash Party Crasher, 2 mana, 2/2 with haste, has Celebration. When it attacks, if 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Ash. It's a weird ability in the sense that like you don't want to go out of your way, because we tried doing like a living weapon thing with that, but like living weapon cards, most of them aren't good. There's a very small handful of good ones, and most of the rest are not really worth running. And so you don't want to be running a bunch of bad cards just to be putting +1/+1 counters on this thing. If you run a bunch of good cards and you're just able to like, like Mana Rocks are really good. Like a Signet is really good because you can play a Signet and then play the next thing that you're wanting to do. And that's 2 permanents right there. And then, you're kind of you're doing things that you want to be doing in a game. Like Signet followed by a sword is a really good place to be with this commander. So that you're getting that like incremental scaling where it's slowly getting bigger if no one deals with it. And then you're getting the effects of like whatever equipment you're throwing on there. So yeah, it's a weird ability in that like the ability is sort of misleading in that you don't want to go out of your way to force it. You want to just play good cards and play multiple good cards in a turn and let that trigger the ability, as opposed to, again, trying to do a living weapon or trying to do like tokens or something like that. Tip: run Graveyard Hate and board wipes. I run board wipes. I do not run Graveyard Hate, and that has bit me so many times over the years. So many. That's a good one. That is that one is so unbelievably straightforward. I'll tell you what though, because I don't run Graveyard Hate nearly as much as I should. I don't. Colorless Ugin, the big Ugin, has done so much work for me because that kind of simulates that effect where like, oh, they had like the green black deck has all their nasty Eternal Witness stuff on the board. You hit it with Ugin, and then it's all exiled, and that is takes the place of that graveyard removal. But a lot of people don't run Colorless Ugin or the big Ugin anymore. Keep saying colorless, they're both colorless, but yeah, the bigger one. And I mean, like, people ramp more than they used to, so like I feel like Big Ugin should be making a comeback. It is a really nasty card, but Farewell is nastier. Yeah, one piece of graveyard hate in your decks, and ideally, if you can get one piece of graveyard hate that isn't scavenging grounds, because I like scavenging grounds, but the mana for it is a lot, and losing the land hurts. Uh, there's games I've played when I'm playing in like a more competitive setting, and this is years ago at this point, but probably like 2019 or something. I was playing some like really spiky decks, like almost CEDH. They're about a turn too slow for CEDH, to give you an idea where we're at. And like, I hit a kid with the Tormod's Crypt, and he literally just scooped, right? Like, because he's like, nope, all my win conditions are in the graveyard. I can't do anything. And it was a combo deck, so it's not like it can attack you to death. So, yeah, right. Like Tormod's Crypt won me a game because I just played it for free and then just shot the thing when I needed to. And so yeah, and there's better options than Tormod's Crypt, but man, the freeness of Tormod's Crypt is still really good because decks are efficient now, so just not having to tie any mana up in that is amazing. Soul Guide Lantern is also very good. I gotta read. Is that the one that people? There's one that people always crack for card draw when they shouldn't. I think it might be Soul Guide. Yeah, so the problem with Soul Guide Lantern is that it gets tempting to sacrifice it for card draw if you get stuck, and then, like, I like the utility of it, but then it's not doing its job as graveyard removal, and it's really tempting. Like, it takes a lot of discipline to not crack that thing for card draw, which for me is another reason that I like Tormod's Crypt, right? Like, Tormod's Crypt is super narrow. It only does one thing, but that also means that you're not going to crack it randomly for card draw. It's literally just going to sit there until you need to exile someone's graveyard. Yeah, the Scavenger Grounds is good, don't get me wrong, but leaving the mana up for it turn after turn is pretty painful, and losing the land is, even later in the game can be surprisingly painful. I find it works best with like a Feast and Famine situation where you do all your business up front, hit with the Feast and Famine, and then all your lands untap, and then you can kind of leave it up from there. But yeah, it can give. I've had situations where I'm like, I'm really giving something up by holding up that mana for Scavenger Grounds. Planar Void in most of your decks. I gotta look up Planar Void. I don't remember that one. Whenever another card is put in anywhere, a graveyard from anywhere, exile that card. Yeah. Yeah, love that. Similar to Tormod's Crypt. Bad if you're trying to do your own graveyard stuff. Oh no, we gotta sacrifice stuff? Oh, we can just choose no. Yeah, I'm not sacrificing any of this stuff. This stuff is too good. I mean, you say half joking, but like, honestly, just board wipes and graveyard hate will go a long ways to making you have a better time. Did the game crash? I don't think so. Everything seems... D-Man is just slow. Clock is winding down over there. Wheel of Potential. I haven't seen this one. 3 mana, you get 3 energy, then you may pay any amount. Each player may exile their hand and draw number of cards equal to the amount of energy paid. If 7 or more is paid this way, you may play cards you own exiled this way until the end of your next turn. Interesting. That seems kind of confusing, but that's okay. So I think we just play one with the machine. Get a cool little draw 5. Oh, man, sorry guys, I got a little cough. So draw cards equal to the highest mana value among artifacts you control. That is 5. And suddenly our hand looks a lot more full. Love that. What's this thing do? Enters tapped might be a reasonable play to make. What's this? Mana of any color becomes a copy of target non-artifact token creature. Okay. Okay. What does this thing do? You get some... Ooh, we get energy. That if we cast this thing, that means we can attack, which I like. Whenever an artifact you control attacks, you may pay an energy. If you do, put your choice of 1/1, first strike, trample, or... Ooh, seems good. Seems good. All right, yeah, let's get that guy in. So play this island. Play this guy. So yeah, it enters the battlefield. We get 2 energy. And now we can do some attacking. Let's see. All right, we got a Pawn of Ulamog and a Bantus. Yeah. Over to the Braids deck we go. D-Man can have the 6/6. I guess there's a thing we should think about where, like, at some point you can no longer attack into D-Man because there's a board full of worms and they're just bigger than all your stuff, and that's kind of a problem. Well, we're going to have to spend all of our energy on this ability. So we can't use this ability, but this card does seem really cool. Yes. Oh, we can pay to make energy with this? That's kind of cool. That is pretty cool. We hit, what do we want to get rid of? Oh, this makes 3 energy. I don't really want to get rid of that. We getting rid of this thing? Might be getting rid of this thing. I think it's our worst card. Everything else I kind of want. I know we have artifact reanimators, but these are both good in the very short term because they make energy. And that seems like a very good thing for us. So I don't want to pitch those. Hey, love the content. What's your opinion on the strongest Voltron commander at the moment? Any opinion on Rafik, Sigarda, and Cassandra? Rafik is still really strong. Rafik has never been bad. Like, there's never been a point in the game's history where Rafik has been a bad commander. Obviously things are, the commander as a whole is faster and more consistent now, and you can be very fast and very consistent with Rafik. It's still very strong. Would I say it's the strongest? Like flat out, bar none, the strongest? No, but it's not far away. Like, it's still in the conversation. Sigarda, I gotta look at again. I guess it depends on which Sigarda you're talking about, but I feel like there's one that's a little better on the Voltron. What's this one do? You have hexproof. May look at the top part of your library. Angel spells, human spells. That one's not particularly Voltron-y. What do we got? Flying, trample, humans you control. That one's more go wide. That's hexproof. I wouldn't say. And then there's the original one. I mean, so back when the original one was popular, I was playing Shieldred a lot, and this hoses Shieldred so bad, so bad. This one also just has a knack for being big and killing you. So there is that. I wouldn't say it's the best Voltron commander, but it is a strong option. Again, never a bad choice. Cassandra is very interesting to me. I've played it a couple times. The Spear of Leonidas is ridiculous. That is a silly magic card. Again, would I call that like flat out the strongest? No, but it's definitely like A tier, or it's definitely at least A tier, right? Like, it's, all very, very strong options. Hey, there's a 7/7 attacking us. Yeah, Mullen Skyclave is pretty good with a Reaver Cleaver. What do we have for that? Not a whole lot. We're just we're gonna take that in the face. No big deal. Yeah, the having to pay energy to like attack and block is a little awkward, but I guess it's also awkward because we didn't catch this stuff earlier, so things should smooth out a little bit once we get these in. However, this is continuing to increase in size. Also, it's got flying, first strike, and trample. That's disgusting. That is very disgusting. So I guess we won't be blocking it anyway. That is all a thing to consider. There is a world in which, like, sacrificing all of our stuff and then casting a scrap mastery is a good idea. I don't know that we're there just yet, but yeah. If you want strongest possible Voltron commander, so your setting matters, right? Like if you're just playing casual commander, there's a lot of things that could be the strongest, but if you're playing against like really fast combo decks, then your choices kind of narrow down into a few things. Combinations with Arden are going to be very, very strong. I think like Arden Rograk is probably one of the strongest. It is so fast. It does take it is tricky though, just because like neither of those generate value, but Arden free equips can do some really nasty things. Brunor is pretty disgusting. It takes so little to make Brunor huge, and just like once you put 2 equipment on him, he's probably lethal to a player, right? And then you can like leave up flings and stuff like that. I find him just like really straightforward, really nasty. And the fact that he is the free equip means that like you don't need to run as many other free equips in the deck. You should still run some, but like, just it's on your commander, so you have it in play basically all the time with the free equips. So good. So I think he's a strong contender, and again, like it's such a straightforward deck that like there's less things to hope upon. So like with Arden Rograk, like there's some amount of just like hoping that your opening hand is good and stuff like that. I feel like where with Brunor, I feel like he's just really consistent at what he does, and he's very powerful. I mean, there are other options. There are other options, and it depends on what you want to do too. Where's my spreadsheet of Boros commanders here? There are currently like 105 when you look at like common partner combinations also. So that is a few choices. Um, close that, bring that up over here. Rayev, I wouldn't say Rayev's the strongest, but Rayev is also, like A tier, just generate all the value. Maybe not gonna kill quite as quick as some of the other ones, but like, if you like a sword of X and Y, so much value, right? Like if you wanna be a little bit value-y with what you're doing, Rayev is really strong. Um God, there's so many good ones. I used to play Akiri and Bruce, and you can do some pretty wild stuff with that deck too. It might be a little inconsistent compared to some of the other options that I mentioned, but there's still good times to be had there. Um, oh, this is the old list of. I'm missing a lot of the new ones. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, like, I like the straightforwardness of Bruner. I like Arden. I feel like I'm missing. I think I'm missing some. Where's that other list of Boros commanders there? Is it on my Google Drive? Who took damage? We're at 28. Opponent getting some attacks in. I should probably like think about our turn here in a second. I don't know where that thing went. We'll do that later. Braids trigger. Nope, still nothing I want to sacrifice. Draw your cards. Yep, no idea where that is. That nope, it's not that one. No idea. It's all gone. Oh wait, might be this one. Ah, I found it. Who else? We got to think about our turn here. All right, no more Voltron talk. We have a Tezzeret. Tezzeret is usually kind of powerful. Start by playing our land. So we cast this, and we just get 3 energy for free. I think I like the sound of that. It might be a contender for sacrificing also. Can we protect a Tezzeret? Against that, no, we certainly can't. So maybe we hold off on the Tezzeret for now. Yeah, maybe we just get this guy in and then we'll sacrifice a thing and just kind of... Maybe not the big turn that we're looking for, but we're kind of setting up a little bit still. Ooh, Sir Conrad. That's very disgusting. And suddenly I feel like I want to hold up its Fairy's protection. We do make another construct. Yeah, wow. Wowie. We have 3 energy currently. Yeah, let's oh man, I don't want to. I guess we can do that at any time. If they didn't have Sir Conrad, I'd go somewhere else, but Sir Conrad is just a disgusting magic card. And they've also got a pair with Bantus and all the stuff, so yeah, I mean, I guess we got to go over here. We got these 2 triggers again. What are our choices on this thing? 1/1 first strike, trample. 1/1 first strike or trample. We will pay our energy as to not sacrifice it. Yes. Okay, so this one goes to there, which, ooh, we put trample on that? Putting trample on this is probably better than putting first strike on our commander. Like, first strike on our commander will be good at some point, but we don't need that as much as I think trample on this one. Yeah, put a trample counter on there. That seems like a great idea. Man, this thing is cool. And sadly, we're out of energy, so we can't do any more of that stuff. I'm hoping Zeno wants to take a big shot over there too, because like with the 3 of us, yeah, if the rest of us go over there, we may not have to deal with a Conrad, and that would be, I would love that. That'd be great. That would be fantastic. When I look at this thing, it reminds me of Ruhan a little bit. It's a little more trickier with the artifacts and the energy and all that stuff, but you know, has flavors of it. Opponent's gonna block. Wasn't expecting that. Trying to soak up some of that damage. All right. Well, I feel better if. I mean, it's a mono black deck, so it will be back. But ooh, they're at 16 commander. I might have blocked the commander, honestly. We did get rid of the Sir Conrad, though, so at least it's gone for now. I wouldn't be surprised to see like a living death or something happen, though. Omen of the Dead. Oh, yeah, there we go. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Yep. That makes sense. And so now the thing is that, like, they're tapped out. Doors open. And we'll see what opponents want to do with that. Ooh, opponents have a construct of their own. Man, this game is just all about the constructs. Light Pause as a contender to be there. I haven't played Light Pause. I've heard people talk about it. I know it can be strong. You know, if you have that mono white issue of you're probably only killing one player at a time, which can be, you know, a thing. But yeah, we're gonna leave up that Teferi's Protection mana. Maybe sacrifice an artifact if we don't need to do something with it. But yeah, I've heard a lot about Light Pause. I haven't played it. Cigar to Host of Herons. That's the original one, right? Yeah, Host of Herons. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the strongest, but it is a very good and very resilient commander. If you just like your stuff staying in play, it is a good choice for you. And like I said, it gets big and flying really quickly. And just, yeah, I've died to it a lot over the years. Haven't seen it a lot recently, but again, not a bad option. Um, Screen is a little too zoomed in. Wait, can you guys not see life totals? Oh crap! I don't know that I can. Wait, I know how I can do this. Oh, it is a little too zoomed in. Okay, 1 second. I can fix this. Haha, fixed. You guys didn't see that. Yeah, yeah. The mono white, the problem with mono white is the lack of extra combats. God, I wish Waves of Aggression was mono white. It would solve so many problems. Citizen's Crowbar. Yep. So that's the living weapon thing that we talked about. Doesn't actually have the keyword, but that one's reasonably useful in that it can be removal, and removal is always good. Opponent has an ever-growing army of... Where are these gnome soldiers coming from? It's not from there. This thing probably. Whenever you cast an artifact or creature spell using mana produced by barracks, make a note. Okay. Yep. I see. And a Smothering Tithe. Okay. So, Xeno. Gonna give us a run for our money. Is this thing a land? Ooh, it's a land. Thousand Moon Smithy. This probably needs to be on my radar. Create a thingy at the beginning of your first main phase. You may tap 5 untapped artifacts or creatures you control. If you do, transform it. Okay. So what's the mechanic in that set where it's like you have to like sacrifice a bunch of artifacts and stuff to flip it over? That's actually not that bad. Another shot our way. I mean, I guess we're taking it. We don't need to. I don't want to burn the Teferis yet because they're probably not on the Conrad play. But you know, yeah, budget Bruno is a good deck. This is going to hurt. You've played Brunor and Balan. Which one do you like better? This channel turned you on to Voltron? Yeah, that's a big part of what I do here. Janara Asura of War. That is a cool commander, by the way. That is one that I've been wanting to build for a long time. If you guys remember that video I did, Starnheim Unleashed Tribal, with Janara. I actually want to build that deck in paper. I've just been like lazy about it. And uh, my friend Jake, who was in chat, I don't know if he's still in chat, but he was in chat earlier. He was over at the house playing with me one time, and he's like, "How come all of your decks are red and white? Why are there no like blue and green decks?" I'm like, yeah, that's a known issue. So Janara would be a nice way to use some of the blue and green cards I have that are sitting around, not doing much. But yeah, just a cool card. Cool card. Oh, he's still here. What up? I am slowly working on that for you. I want to get that Janara deck, and I want to get the Indominus Rex deck. Uh, so, tell you guys a not that funny story, but I bought the Jurassic Park Secret Lair thinking that the Jurassic Park Secret Lair was the other Jurassic Park product, which it's not. I like sat down to like build some of the commanders, and I realized, oh, I bought the wrong product. And not that the Jurassic Park Secret Lair isn't cool, but it's not like the new original cards. It's just kind of the reskins of other existing stuff. So at some point, I need to buy the Jurassic Park commanders because Jurassic Park. But yeah, that was annoying. I love that WotC has so many products. I cannot even keep them all straight. We need 8 products every release cycle so that you never know what you're buying. Bring the decks while we watch Logan Paul. That's actually not, it's Jake Paul. And that's actually not a bad idea. I was thinking about that because I don't care at all about the opening fights. And I was like, oh, what can we do to like, pass time? Yeah, we can play some Magic. Good thinking. Good thinking. All right, who's got money on this fight tomorrow with Tyson and Jake Paul? Brambleworm, game 5 life. Oh god, it's a 9-8 with reach and trample. Disgusting. Disgusting. Ooh, I think we can take extra turns with oh yeah, someone said something about turns. Jeff said there is one combo in the deck. I would guess that Tezzeret is probably useful at helping us find it, which may become necessary. I guess if things go bad, we can also pull the trigger on Scrap Mastery, and that'll help reset some stuff. It gets a lot of these nasty equipments out of play. The Commander will still be there. It's got a few counters on it, but it'll lose flying, which is a big deal. That's an artifact. I mean, the other issue is that we like realistically don't have great. We do not have great answers for what Xeno is doing. He really has worked on this deck a lot, and call me impressed. Call me impressed. We might be taking a look at this deck list in the near future. I thought we were having a very decent game. Xeno was having a much better game. He's out of cards, so there is that, but he does have the damage stacked up on board and kind of ready to go, so. Elf token, yeah, just do do Marwyn Voltron. It could work. The market confusion, yeah, the market confusion was really annoying with Jurassic Park, and it's only gotten worse. It's like, just put it all in one box. I just want to know what I'm buying. Like, God. See you, Jake. Fleshbag Marauder. I guess we're giving up Construct for that. Or maybe we give up this thing. Case. This thing's pretty cool, though. We are gonna need a lot of constructs to get through all that business. I'm surprised they didn't cast Conrad before the flesh bag, but maybe they've got other plans. I got a new phone and I don't know how to put it on Do Not Disturb. Make sure everyone hits the like button, by the way, because that helps more people watch the stream. Opponent's got plans or something. This flesh bag. Maybe they miss. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It's taking a while to resolve, though. I guess we're getting rid of the construct. Just on the fact that we can make more of them. We're not we're not really in a position to want to use Wake the Past or Scrap Mastery. I mean, the Scrap Mastery might be more as a removal piece. Gets rid of the Bantu's Monument also, which could be useful. We can go Scrap Mastery. Do we have 8 mana? Teferis with Scrap Mastery on the stack? That could be a thing. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so it just looks like missequencing from our opponents or Conrad coming back. How do we get more energy? Oh yeah, we have to sacrifice something right here just to get the energy. So probably this guy. Kind of a tense moment in this game. Hasn't really been any removal, which is scary. And I mean, I've seen that a lot. Like we're at turn 6 right now. It'll be our turn 7 as soon as we untap. You know, if a game doesn't have any removal or board wipes at all, most games will be at a tipping point between turn 6 and turn 7. And it's just, that is Commander now. Your friend is Ural the Miststalker? You gifted him an altar with Mike Tyson as the commander? Nice. Yeah, that sounds about right. Ural, still a good choice. We may I don't know what we're doing. Let's use our commander ability. We're gonna sacrifice this guy. That will trigger the Conrad. Conrad gain life? Or is it just damage? No, just damage. Still disgusting, though. Okay, and that gives us the energy we need to continue attacking. What is this? Other artifacts you control have hexproof. Not bad, but not what we need at the moment. 2 for Smothering Tide. Don't have it. We have 9 mana currently. Opponent sacrificed a treasure, so I think we're going to sacrifice this thing? Well, maybe one of the... No, we need the... No, we'll be okay without the mana. This one scries 2 when it comes back, which is cool. This one gives us energy. Scry or energy? Feel like energy. Why not sack the commander? I don't know, because I didn't think about it. Because I want to attack with the commander more than I guess it has haste. Right now I'm thinking about like things we get back that'll cause value in the ETB. This doesn't specifically give us value in the DTBs. Ooh, a land is good. I like a land. No on the Smothering Tithe. No, you can backseat game. It's fine. This is it's a reasonably complex deck. You know, it's a little bit outside my comfort zone. So yeah, let's play the Ghost Quarter. We'll leave that back. We will... You know, we may lose our commander when they block, and I guess that'll be fine. We kill a bunch of stuff. Send Liberty Prime over to the mono black opponent. There's a trigger thing right there. Yep. Pay the energy. Curious to see what opponent does for blocks here. It is lethal if they don't block it, but I imagine they throw at least 1 or 2 things in front of it. Zerdrix? I gotta look up Zerdrix again. That's spelled right. ZZRD. Let's try that. Nope. Can't find it. Okay, they go Pawn of Ulamog. Is that enough to keep them from not dying? I'm not convinced that it is. Bro, you're gonna die to commander damage. Bro has died to commander damage. I am guessing that that person probably doesn't run into people that do commander damage all that much. So that's what I'm guessing there. Okay. So that leaves the problem of Xeno and D-Manny. Yeah, so I think we scrap Mastery, hold priority, cast Teferis. Scrap Mastery. Teferi's protection. This should be a pretty big play. You like running Akiri and Ketis as partners for your Voltron deck. Wait. Oh, yeah, that does work. Yeah, Ketis is really cool. I have probably undervalued Ketis a bit over the years. It's a weird card because, like, it's one of those cards where, like, it's cheap, but you probably don't want to see it until later in the game when you're trying to kill everyone. Like, when you're trying to value for those first couple turns, it's not the best. But, yeah, no, when you're trying to kill everyone, like, it kills everyone all at once, and it's really, really good at doing that. Oh, opponent did smart things. They're going to shoot their own Reaver Cleaver so that the Reaver Cleaver will come back. And that's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. So we phase out. We blow up a whole bunch of Xenos artifacts. They do get the Reaver Cleaver back, though, and they still got a Smothering Tithe. The Crowbar somehow stayed in play also. But we get some more energy, and energy is good. We got rid of the thing. Ooh, it's an artifact land. That I did not see. That's huge, actually. So we got rid of the Barracks of 1,000 that was making all the giant constructs. So that's really good for us. They do have the Citizen's Crowbar again, though. So, like... Yeah, okay, yep. So they can shoot one of our artifacts, and that is a little bit annoying. I mean, our commander is an artifact, and might take us a little longer than we want to get... Ooh, that's a Forge Anew. All right, so that victory will be short-lived. Short-lived. All the Skyclaves is back. Yep. 7/7. First Dragon flying. We may be on the... Well, probably between Tezzeret or this Wheel of Potential. We have 5 energy currently. This could be helpful against the Crowbar if they don't catch it in time. Gonna swing over to D-Manny. Yep. The 9/9 beats the 7/6 reach trample. Good way to snipe a protected player? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Ketis is like, it's kind of a finisher card, but it's like, it's disguised weird because it's a 2-mana 1/1 creature that, makes you think that it should be like an early game kind of thing, but yeah. Cool card, though. Ketis came out at a weird... I mean, I guess it came out in Commander Legends, which... Commander Legends put so many new things into the format, and that was already when the, like, release cycle was starting to speed up, like, a little bit. It's not what it is now, but, there's just starting to be a lot of product coming in, and, like, that year... Like, look at the beginning of that year to the end of that year. The deck evolution from that point, because I remember the beginning of the year, you're still kind of like... For a Voltron deck, there were definitely, like, your cards weren't balanced. There were some cards that are significantly better than the others, and the others are just like, well, this is the best choice for doing the job. And then by the end of the year, it's like, oh, I have a gluttony of choices to do a lot of things now. And now it's like, you got to be really focused on what you're doing. And it became less about what cards are good and what cards are bad versus this is the thing that I want for the situations that I think I'm going to encounter versus a different thing for different situations that I think I might encounter. The product now is half of all sets being Universes Beyond next year. Yeah, how you guys feeling about that one? I personally am not thrilled about that. Some of the Universes Beyond stuff is okay for me. Like, Lord of the Rings, D&D is fine because that's all, like, very similar to the Magic Universe. Feels kind of the same. I love Jurassic Park, but Jurassic Park doesn't really fit. The cards are cool, and I like them because Jurassic Park, but, I would take a win for the team if they didn't do that product and just, like, didn't do Universes Beyond. But, yeah, I'm not thrilled about, like, Love the Avengers movies. Think they're great. Absolutely love Captain America. He's my favorite Avenger. Uh, and The Winter Soldier might be one of the best like solo movies in that whole universe. Um, and yeah, but I just like don't want that in my Magic sets. You know what I mean? Like I want that somewhere else. I don't play any Marvel card games. I'm not about to start. But yeah, I don't know. Like, part of me is like, oh, I mean, the Captain America card is cool. Like, mechanically, I'm going to love it. It's going to be amazing. But uh, yeah, just from like I don't know. I just don't like the vibe standpoint of basically looking at not Magic cards. Thought it'd be fun to build Cassandra with a proxy as Dalinar from Stormlight, and the spear being Sharpblade summoned. Yeah, you may be. I don't know that. I don't know that world, but yeah, that's cool. Cassandra is incredibly cool, and the spear of Leonidas is ridiculous. Last March of the Ants. I hate this card. I really just don't like this card in any sense. Any sense. It's just like it's too much too easily. I get that it's 8 mana, but it's just like, I mean, I guess that's probably the least threatening March of the Ents I've ever seen. They did get the Impervious Great Worm, though, and the Impervious Great Worm always causes issues because it's giant, and that's always a concern. Um, it has gotten me many, many times in this matchup. Yeah, this card's just like, it's too easy. I don't like it. Why does it say draw cards? Like, that's my thing. Like, it's fine if you want to cough out everything in your hand, but, like, the card draw shouldn't also be built in. Oy. Can't wait to equip your Atali with a jellyfish net. Yep. Yeah, there's going to be some, like, weird flavor universe mashup stuff going on that it's just not magic. It's just not magic. Skull Clamp is the one card that I added into this deck because one card did not import on Magic Online. It was not available. And because we're going to be sacrificing stuff, I figured Skull Clamp seemed like a very reasonable choice. Okay, what are we doing about this Great Worm? It doesn't have Trample yet, but he has 10 cards in hand, so it'll get there very quickly. What does Borrow do? Does Borrow give it Trample? Worms you control have Trample. Yeah, so it will have Trample. We have sadly already burned our Teferi's Protection. So the question is, what do we do now? Wake the Past not doing a whole lot for us. What can Tezzeret get us? It can get us something up to 4 mana. Ugin's Nexus would be the most ideal, but that is 5 mana, and that's not going to happen. I'm not entirely sure that we have a way out of this. I mean, we can attack Xeno. But we do need... Xeno will basically have a choice of killing us or... I guess he's not quite killing D-Manning yet, but he might be able to get there. He might... it depends on what he draws, honestly. This gives him +1... yeah. Oh, that's an... Wait, no. How's this work? Oh, never mind. That's an ETB. Never mind. Oi. Draw cards? Hope? I think we're on draw cards and hope. Play the Skull Clamp. Put the Skull Clamp on, I guess, this thing. Maybe not. Could put it on the commander. Eek. Eh. Take another look, see what we can get that with Tezzeret. It's going to take a lot of mana to do that. I think we're on the wheel. I think we are on the wheel. Cast the wheel. I mean, does attacking? I don't even think attacking does that much for us. I think we go 7. Maybe we go 8. Just throw it all in there. How about a Dragonlance Chronicle Universes Beyond crossover? I don't know anything about Dragonlance. That fits MTG like a glove. Yeah, right. So like for things that kind of fit MTG, it's not that big of a deal for me. But like with the TV show, I don't know that there's been a TV show that they've done that like, really fits the universe. Dispatch is helpful. That can keep us from dying to one thing. Unfortunately, Xeno's going to get a lot of mana with that card draw. That is very unfortunate. There's a counter spell. Okay. Does combat damage to a player, draw cards equal to its base power. So honestly, I think we missed some of the... We were a little like out of sequence with the value we bits early in the game. I feel like if we got one more value we bit, things could be like a little different. Something like this earlier in the game may have made some differences for us, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a board wipe just needed to go off in this game at some point. That hasn't happened. It's probably that. Inventor's Fair gains us life, which I like. So play the Inventor's Fair. We got to make sure we have the colors we need. So we have Dispatch there. We have an Arcane Signet. That's 3. So blue, blue, red. Okay, so that's good. Non-basic lands that player controls. That sounds cool. We do need to survive that long. Play the Inventor's Fair. So what's our plan? Our plan is to sit on Counterspell and Electro Siphon. That'll take 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. Which I think means we might be able to cast this thing. No, we can't. We don't have enough color mana. Okay, we'll just sit put then. Start praying. Start praying to whatever God you believe in. So like maybe if we don't attack Xeno, Xeno doesn't attack us, right? Because the Great Worm is scary. So I don't think we have a lot of other options. Like hitting him for 9 only makes him mad. It doesn't kill him. Boom pile? Is there a boom pile in the deck? That's 4 mana, right? Not seeing one. Oh, that card can get silly. Sunbird's Invocation. That might be worth the counter spell. But then maybe he attacks us. I mean, I guess I'd rather see the Ash deck win than over the Worms deck. Worms deck has won too many times. What is this? Krenko was Buzz Crusher. 4/4 Flying Trample. Enters for each player, destroy up to one non-basic land that player controls. Ooh. For each land destroyed, its controller may search the library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield tapped. And a fighter class. Oh my god. Yeah, we probably should have countered the Sunbirds. Probably should have countered the Sunbirds. I don't know that it matters either way, right? Because D-Manny has 10 cards also, so it's just like, if Xeno doesn't kill us, D-Manny probably does. Based on what we have. Maybe we use the Teferis too early. Maybe we use the Teferis too early. How much mana is Perilous Vault? That could go in here too. That's a tricky card to use. Though, you know, like that's an in case of emergency card, and right now is kind of that emergency. Opponent shoots our Inventor's Fair. That's actually... I'm glad they didn't shoot the colored mana, to be honest with you. I like the Inventor's Fair, and that could do probably good things for us. I mean, yeah, that could get us the Ugin's Nexus. But for the meantime, we'll just get an island. Is that a Core Haven? That's a Core Haven. We have a Ghost Quarter, but that is very relevant in that we can't just try to get lucky and, like, swing in. Ooh. It's going from bad to worse. It's going from bad to worse. And the extra combat. I mean... Let's see what the Sunbirds hits. But he probably just kills both of us with the extra combat. May exile a target non-land card from it for as long as that player is... Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's see who they target. Targeting us. All right, well, counter the thingy. And, I mean, I guess they're going to force our hand, and we probably die to the Great Worm. That's probably what happens. That gets countered. Yeah, I guess we dispatch Ash. Find out where Ash is going. Love that answer. Say it's going to D-Manny. Okay. Yep, tense moments. Are we going to survive? I don't know. I don't know. Still hanging on by a thread, but oh man, he's still got so much mana. 6 cards in hand and like, I don't know, what is that, 15 mana at least? More than that, 20 probably. Almost. Double spells. Yeah, it just doesn't look good for us. That is for sure. Upgrades the fighter class. That's maybe some ways better than just casting more stuff with Sunbirds. I mean, unless they have like 6 lands in hand, which would be good. Yeah. Does Ash have Flickering Ward in there? I don't know. We'd have to ask him. Is that the one of the things that Flickering Ward? Is it one of those enchantments that you can recast? It's not a bad. Yeah, that'd be solid. That'd be a really solid choice, actually. I'm not sure if it's in his list or not. I can't remember. I haven't looked at it in a while. Shadow Spear is a good magic card. Yeah, that would be a good choice for that deck, though. There's the red one that's kind of bounces too. I don't think the red one's as. I guess it's okay. Fire breathing. But the question is whether, like, I mean, I guess protection from a color is disgustingly good. So yeah, I would definitely run the protection one. The fire breathing one, I'm like less sold on, because you could just be using that mana to like cast more stuff, right? In this case, they have a Sunbird, so they're just using that mana to cast more stuff and keep the stuff coming, right? And I like that plan. That's a good plan. That plan is working out really well for them, and you know, we've had a solid board most of the game, and theirs is just bigger with flying and with disgustingness. So that's been a thing. Probably a little more removal needed to happen. We had a Scrap Mastery and a Counterspell, and I think that's been, in a Fleshbag Marauder, that's been the entirety of the removal. Would they exile? Oh, they exile Wake the Past, which is actually fine, because there's no artifacts in our graveyard currently. So we can dispatch something if we need to. Over to D-Man he goes. Love it. I'm going to put D-Man in a rock and a heart. Will it kill him? I don't think it's going to kill him. Tell me he's going to be one short. Should have moved the crowbar. Smothering Tithe, making all the mana off that wheel, and then March of the Ants. Yeah, it's just, that's Commander now. That is Commander now. 11. So that's 20 Commander. He still needs one more power. Oh, is he going to get there? Oh, he moved the crowbar. I don't know. Can you do that instant speed? Did you do an instant speed somehow? Now it's lethal. Now it is lethal. Although, does he still have the Reacher? Oh, he still has the Reacher. Right. Okay, yeah, so he's just going to block with the Reacher. At least in theory he's going to. This might work out, actually. This might work out. So yeah, if you get into the Triangle of Death, he didn't block. Or he's not going to block. So he blocks, the worm goes down, but he still has the Great Worm. And I mean, he had cards in hand, so he could have made plays. Maybe, I don't know if he either made a mistake, which is not like him. He doesn't usually make a lot of mistakes. Or he was just kind of like giving up on the game because things weren't looking good. Which I feel like is probably the more likely scenario for what's happening. Those, yeah, I know we can cast the cards in exile. It's just haven't found the great opportunity to do all of that yet. So we should save dispatch for our combat. Like I was thinking we should end step it just for mana efficiency, but The fact that Ash has haste and now there's free equips involved. Yeah, so, I mean, Core Haven is going to be a huge problem. We have to Ghost Quarter the Core Haven. That absolutely has to happen. More mana with the Reaver Cleaver. Yeah, moving all the stuff. How's he moving the stuff, though? What's allowing that? At instant speed. Is this thing? During your turn, you may activate. Oh, yeah. Wow, Forge Anew. So ridiculous. So many good things. Okay. Somehow we're still alive. I think at the end step, we're probably going to sacrifice this guy to... Maul the Skyclaves is back. Draw a card. That's what we want to do. What does it do? You get equal to the number of non-basics opponent controls. That should be a few. When it attacks, you may pay 4. When you do, destroy target non-basic land defending player controls. Oh man, if that had haste. And creatures that player controls without flying can't block this turn. That. Now, opponents have 44 life with no commander damage, so that's not great. And there is a Shadow Spear, so life racing them is going to be really difficult. Lauren is not great. Lauren is not great. What do they go after? With a Rumor Gatherer. I mean, we just need a board wipe. Like, straight up. Just a good old-fashioned board wipe. There is an Austere Command in the deck. Destroy each artifact, creature, and enchantment with mana value less than... That's a Wrath. I don't know if... Haven't done the math on that. See if that helps. Angel of the Ruins would be okay. This deck is a little removal light. Well, that wouldn't be awful. Because I think even just like a... Oh, crap. Will we just lose? Oh, it was the construct. Okay. Well. Even just like a Blasphemous Act would be very, very helpful. $69 cards in the deck. Hey-oh. Maybe like 2 or 3 outs. But we'll get a couple draws right here with the Skull Clamp. So, yeah, start sacrificing stuff. Sacrifice this creature. Get some energy. Draw 3 cards. Love all that. A land is not the best. Whatever this is probably doesn't solve it. Although tapping creatures down, maybe. Might be able to buy some time. But we're at 15, so time is not on our side with this many creatures in play. Gonti's Aetherheart is interesting. It or another artifact control enters. You get to pay 8, take an extra turn. Yeah, maybe we're on the extra turns plan. How much energy can we make? I think that's the question now. Play the command tower. All right, what makes energy? We're at 7. Yeah, get the ether heart in. Is this an artifact? That's an artifact. So now we get to make this game take like an hour to try and wiggle out of this. Gandhi's Ether Heart, make some mana. This thing, make a construct. Constructs are cool. There is a world in which we take enough turns and make enough constructs that we can wiggle out of this. That is a thing that can happen. Okay. We have a plan. We have a plan. Let's play. You know what? Let's get the hexproof guy. Yeah, that's good thinking. More energy, make more constructs. We may have found an out. We may have found an out. Um, we could try to punch with the commander, but if they multi-block and kill it, I think that's bad for us. Yeah, because we have to cast enough artifacts every turn to keep this turn loop going, and if we have to recast our commander, that's going to eat too much mana, I think. So that wouldn't be good. Let's play this thing. Is Gothi's Etherheart gonna get us there? Let's see. So we have 2 turns in the bank now. Yo, yeah, I'm feeling good. I am feeling good. Let's take pay 8 energy and take an additional turn. Oh, it sacrifices. Oh no, it exiles. Oh, that doesn't loop. Oh, it exiles itself. All right, yeah. I mean that makes sense because that would be insanely busted. Okay, that is not quite the out that we were needing it to be. But it is something. It did give us a lot of energy, which I like. We are out of mana. Um. Hmm. Yeah, I think we. Oh, you know what's gonna happen? He's just gonna Core Haven. Yeah, there's literally no reason to attack right there. Okay, on to the next turn. On to the next turn. This thing's interesting. Tapping a creature is good. I needed the esoteric duplicator with the ether heart. You could have grabbed it with the Tezzeret. Yeah, well, too late now. Tezzeret wasn't doing a lot for us in that moment. We didn't know the ether heart was coming, so that is all a thing. Lightning Greaves are not quite what we needed. They're not awful, but We lost the Wake the Past. I wasn't sure how that was going to play with this thing. But that is now gone. Urza is interesting. That's another construct. I think constructs are probably the thing that we need to how much flying? That's a flyer. That's a flyer. A lot of flying. That is an issue. There's an Oskier in our graveyard. What does Oskier get? That's an artifact. Only one card that Oskier gets back, so that's that. Play this mountain. What's this thing do? Deals damage to a player. Draw cards equal to its base power. Exile another non-token artifact creature you control. It becomes a copy of the exiled creature, except whenever this creature deals damage to a player, draw cards equal to its base power. Interesting. Interesting. What's next? I mean, putting trample on these is not the worst thing I've ever heard of. We do need this thing, so let's get this thing before we mess anything up. This will help keep us alive. That will make a thingy. We still have this. We have this with haste if we need it. It's probably going to eat just about all of our mana. But if we did that... we need more haste because the life gain. They gain so much life that... yeah, like we need one more turn of constructs, basically. And then I think like we could get there. Pay 4 when you do destroy target non-basic land, and creatures that player controls without flying can't block. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, that's got to be our play. I would love to get rid of Forge Anew, because the fact that they can move everything around is super scary. There is a world in which just like attacking with all of this stuff is very strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would get that thing into play. And then go 1, 2 for boots. We'd have 2 mana left over. Theoretically enough for dispatch. Oh man, how carefully. They have a Sunbirds. Oh god. Yeah, we needed just like a... You know what? Shooting the one construct last turn, I think it was. That construct would probably represent lethal damage. Ooh. So you're saying there's a chance? Yeah, I mean, there's like almost a chance. It's still not a good chance. Like it is just like we are one construct short. If we had that last construct, That'd be enough to like threaten where they have to respond and do stuff. But the fact that we don't have, well, maybe. So that's 39. Oh, yeah, okay. Um, well, we can't get that. We can't give two things haste, which is the problem. That is the issue. I wish this had haste. Let's play the boots. Start by doing that. That's the easy part. Get the timer reset here. So, like, we could shoot the Core Haven. I mean, any plan we do probably just starts with shooting the Core Haven. So we'll shoot the Core Haven right now. We lose this hexproof and indestructible. Fantastic. That's no good. That might put a damper on everything we're trying to do. Core Haven down. Thank you for reminding me about the Core Haven. Almost did forget. It's been a very long turn trying to figure this out. Trying to figure out the puzzle. It's 28. What's that? 36. 41. Yeah, so we're going to be like 3 short, probably. I guess we attack with this guy. Yeah, okay. I think we're on this guy. Hopefully we left up red mana. What do we need? We need white for dispatch, so leave that one up. I guess the command tower is the best option. The Motherlode Excavator. Yep. Like, if we weren't in such a bad situation, this would actually be really good. Ooh. You want to know what might be good for this deck? Fervor or Hammer of Perforos. Because the rate at which we're making constructs here... oh, wait. What's this do? Choose target opponent. You get an amount of... Oh, yeah. Okay. Equal to non-basic lands. I guess we missequenced that and that we could have gotten 1 extra energy. I don't know that 1 extra energy is going to matter a whole lot. But yeah, I think like a Hammer of Perforos for all the tokens that we're making would be pretty legit. So we get more energy. Boots on this thing. Send it. Go to combat. It is going to be close. Attack with all creatures. We have a lot of energy now. Let us destroy a land. Pay. We'll shoot the Hall of Heliod's Generosity. That is a very powerful card. Pay for the Liberty Prime. See how he responds. Wait, those... Oh, that one is flying. That one is flying. So yeah, the damage isn't going to be lethal, that's for sure. But we're going to kill two important things, which is good here. Oh, we're going to lose this guy, though. I guess we can use Oskir or something to get him back. Oh, first strike? No, it isn't even going to kill it. That's a problem. That is a problem. Yeah, we're going to lose our hexproof guy also. It's not great. They're down to 11. So, I mean, it was a big swing. Again, like one or two more constructs. They didn't get blown up. Would have been super helpful. Put this on our commander, I guess. Start praying. Start praying. I mean, he has 4 cards with the Sunbird's Invocation. I'll draw one more card. He can remove one of our things with the crowbar. It's not looking good. It is not looking good. With a ton of mana. Land is good. It's one less card. No, not the Hedge Mage. Oh. The Hedge Mage. Anything fun from Foundation? I'll be honest with you, I have not looked at Foundation that much. I saw a lot of people on Twitter getting excited about cards from Foundation. That some of them do look very exciting, but yeah, I haven't really delved into the set as much as I need to. What's this do? Flash. Target creature. That creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Yeah, that's not great. Let us tap that down. Give that the old tappy tap. Just going to cling to this dispatch. Hedge Mage, gonna blow some stuff up, and a Rumor Gatherer. There's a white rare that returns all two. I did see that one. That one does look cool. That does. I will definitely do things with that card. If you weren't here earlier when I was talking about my Adriana Red Deck Wins deck that I'm working on, that's like basically all 1 and 2 drops. Yeah, it's perfect for that. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, I think Hammer of Perforos would be a really good pickup for this deck. Also, just like another removal spell or two, like a board wipe, I think. Blasphemous Act would be our friend here. Are there artifact-centric board wipes? I can't remember. Is there one somewhere that like blows up all non-artifact creatures or something? Boots down. So losing the haste. We have no enchantments. Rumor Gatherer. Mindstone. Force the draw. They get 2 additional cards with... Yeah, that's still not great. The land is not the best for us. Yep, just biting my fingernails here. Organic Extradition, that's the one I was trying to think of. There's an improvised board wipe. Yeah, that was the one I was trying to think of. Something like that could be good for what we're doing. Hammer of Nazan is not great for what we're doing. With a Sunbird's trigger. Should counter that Submerds. Probably would have saved a world of headaches. The question is, I don't know if he just came and kills us at that point, though. Oh, Nettle Cyst. I don't think we can survive now. Because of the Forge anew, he can just move this whenever he wants to. And because he has... Unless he, like, makes a mistake and taps out all his mana. But he must have seen the dispatch, so he has to know that we have it. Oh, 17. Yeah, that's a problem. We'll try. We'll see if he makes the mistake, right? That's all we can really do at this point. Also, not good that other stuff's getting pumped up, too. I mean, Citizen's Crowbar is probably reasonable for this deck. Yeah, that thing's giant. Going to combat. See what they do. Upgraded fighter class all the way. It's rare that I do that. I mean, with the Smothering Tithe mana they have, sure. But unless I'm making 30 mana like that, I don't usually get to that mode. It's like not... By the time that shows up, it's not really a thing that you want. By that point, you're usually just trying to kill them, so... Yep, still biting my fingernails here. Unstable Gift Bridge. Yeah, sadly that one didn't show up. Oh, well, all right. Well, we can just do the thing and then scoop. The Great Train Heist is an extra combat that we cannot survive. We'll show the dispatch. They'll move it. Yep. And then we scoop. Good game. Yeah, so I think the issue here, just more removal. It was honestly like, you know, if we had one extra golem with haste or a construct or whatever, one extra construct with haste would get us there, I think. Or not losing one earlier, but I think more so just a couple more spots of removal, Blasphemous Act, maybe one of the artifact-centric board wipes. Just, you know, because there wasn't, like, once someone has creatures bigger than you, I was noticing that we didn't have a lot of options for that other than to also try and get bigger. So, yeah. Anyway, it was a cool deck. It was an interesting experience. You know, these artifact decks, I haven't played a ton of them, so they're fairly uncomfortable for me. Pretty outside my wheelhouse, and there's been a ton of new cards, stuff that I haven't seen that works with these decks. It's some really interesting pieces. What was that thing? This guy? No, not that one. It was that 2-drop. Where is he? Assaultron Dominator. That was really cool with the keywords. I wish it stayed and played more, and I wish we had more energy early in the game, because yeah, just getting some extra stuff on our creatures, pretty cool. Trample on the constructs, definitely huge. But anyway, I'm going to wrap the stream up there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. We'll see you next live stream or video. I don't know when that will be. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.